I woke with the echo of my grandfather's laughter still in my ears. I contemplated his last words to me in my dream. "Keep that boy running," he'd said. At the time, I didn't know what it meant, probably because I was still asleep. But now that I'm awake, completely and fully awake, I realize how far I ran. First, I ran to college, right when I was given the chance. I was running from my old life, my black life. I was trying to deflect the stereotypes and become an educated man. Unfortunately, college didn't work out. I was sent running again. I ran to Harlem. Recommendation letters in hand, I ran from office to office. I found a place to stay for a bit, but that blew up too. So I was running again. But then I started walking. I started walking on the street when I saw a couple getting evicted. As I looked at their possessions, I noticed their black pride. They were comfortable with their culture. They were comfortable with their identity. I stood and I spoke for those who could not speak for themselves. I was filled with confidence and power and purpose as I embraced my black brothers and spoke to a crowd, until the cops came and sent me running again. I was running from my brief moment of cultural identification into the arms of an unforgiving friend, the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood ran me. I was a puppet, a token black man. I soon saw the dirty underbelly of the beast, and I decided to sabotage it. When I was with the woman, that went wrong, so I ran. I ran under a bridge to seek shelter. Birds were everywhere, and they flew and covered me with waste. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand that even freedom was ashamed of me, that I needed to be awakened into freedom. So I ran. I ran like I'd never run before. I was playing a game of hide and seek by myself. I was hiding from who I truly was and seeking who I wanted to be, seeking a purpose when it was there all along. I was never being chased. I never had to run. If I was in a game of hide and seek, I had already won because I am unseen. Hey, so in case you couldn't tell by my dramatic retelling of Invisible Man centered around my motif is running, and in this novel, it really represents I am searching for who he is, trying to find his identity. And this is best portrayed by when his grandfather says, "Keep that boy running," because it's him predicting that he will continue searching and continue searching. He'll be kept running to find his identity, mainly by white men. So the first time he runs, besides going to college, is when he gets in trouble at college. In trouble. He doesn't know he's in trouble. But Bledsoe says he thinks it would be best. Thinks it would be best if he goes off to Harlem to find a job, and he really does go running. He puts him on a bus. He goes there. He goes to the YMCA, and this is him trying to redefine himself as a working man. He's hoping that this will bring him wealth and that he'll be able to return to the college wealthy, which is not the case. But this is him running towards that ideal lifestyle that Dr. Bledsoe has. And then the next time he runs, he is running from the cops. He's running from the cops after giving his speech by the evicted couple because, they're like, it's a riot. And, and he goes on a rooftop and he starts running from the police. And at this point, there are birds flying around him, kind of representing that he's kind of coming into his freedom, but still, he's not there. He hasn't found it yet. He has to keep running, like his grandfather said. And from here, he runs for a brief moment from being close to identifying with his culture, calling other African Americans around brother, to the brotherhood, where he is used as a token black man, like I said. He then discovers how hypocritical the brotherhood is, and he decides that he needs to run from that. But first he's going to sabotage it. So he gets in with Sybil, which is interesting scene, and he ends up running from that situation when a man comes and intervenes and is going to pick her up. He starts running and he runs under a bridge, and this bridge is almost a new chapter in Invisible Man's life. He sees the birds again and they all poop on him, which is like basically being like, you're not free, you're still not free, and just this mass amount is like overwhelming to him. And it says after that, the fourth time he runs, it says he just ran. He says on page 534, I ran through the night, ran within myself, ran. So this is kind of like his final run. Well, he kind of runs a bit here and there throughout the rest of the book, but he finally says he ran within himself. So he's no longer seeking his identity in tangible things or positions, but he's seeking his identity within himself. And he realizes he can be whoever he wants to be. And that's what the motif of running meant to me in the novel Invisible Man.